guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm back with some more SAS Rogue Regiment. We're going to play through the first mission to let you guys see how the game is played. This one's going to be a very easy mission. We just have our one operator down here, Mr. Jacques, and he has to get all the way across this map. And let me tilt the camera up just a little bit. You guys see way over there on the other side is Patty. I believe that's Patty. We're going to call him Patty. And all Jacques has to do is get in that room. That's it. Not rescue him, not exit the map. Simply enter this room. But as you can see, there are a lot of Germans between Jacques and Patty. So I have already done a couple of videos. I did a quick unboxing. I did a review video. But just in case you haven't seen those, we're going to go over the basics of the game very, very quickly so you guys know what's going on. Our operator here, Mr. Jacques, and we're losing our counters. No good, no good. He has a selection of different abilities, different items that he can use. And as you see, he has a pistol. He has a couple of grenades. He has a dagger, which is awesome. I love the dagger. And he has his special, which is his rope and his lucky rabbit's foot. Pistol is obvious, shoot bad guys up to different ranges, short and long range, how far out they can hear, what you need to roll. Pistol's not very good. Grenade, really cool, gets to hit a whole lot of things, but very loud and automatically would put you into the battle segment. So we're going to try to avoid using that. Shouldn't need it in this first scenario. Dagger is my favorite. Dagger is a silent kill and it's automatic. It 1 or greater on a D6, which means it automatically is going to hit the enemy, but you do have to be coming at them from stealth, and you can't obviously get in their line of sight, so you have to come at them from behind, go stabby stabby, and then make sure you hide the body. Climbing rope allows him to climb the few boulders that are here on the map, so he can move across those when most operators can't. And the lucky rabbit's foot here that he has, his little token, he can change a D6 roll to a 6 one time. That's one off for the whole mission. And he can do it for himself or another operator. So if you've got like a real clutch shot that you need to make, that rabbit's foot will do it. But to one time, that's it. Once it's used, it's gone. We do have our health here on the right side. He starts at full. You can use action points. You're going to have 4 action points per round. I'll show you guys real quick here in a minute what you can use those to do. But you can use some of them to heal up. And then we have our mark ability down here at the bottom, which allows us to act during the enemy phase. So we can basically set up an ambush or something like that against the enemy units. As far as our actions, our nice little player aid here, I mean, everything we need is right here. Gotta love it. Love it. Standard actions, or standing actions, should I say, and crouched actions, and how many points each one of those is going to cost. The getting health back is a recover action. It takes 3 action points. You only get 4 each turn, so it takes the majority of them. Some actions take 0, so they're basically a free action. You can only do some actions when you're crouched, a little more limited. So these are what we can do. And then we have our nice little sequence of play over here on the left. Stealth section is where we are starting. There's less to worry about in the battle section. Strangely enough, you would think, the battle section would have more. It's like, no, battle section is simple. The enemy knows you're there and they're going to come kill you. Stealth section, it has the extra patrol phase, and that has to do when the German units are going to move across the board. And again, you guys will see that is going to be controlled by our event deck here. We do have a counter that starts on its black side, and each turn we're going to flip that counter over from whatever side it was on. So one turn's going to be black, next turn's going to be white, and that'll help control the flow of movement during the course of our game. These cards have a varied selection of things. I don't want to start flipping them. You'll see as we start doing the turns here. But that's going to control what direction and what movements are going on across the board. And then in the battle section of the game, if we get there, which I'm hoping not to, that whatever's going on with the enemy as far as like reinforcements, that will be controlled by our event deck. We do have one other little thing before we get started. This is our line of sight. So basically, you can use it to line up to see what is going on. It's fairly self-explanatory as you go on, but if you ever have something that's a little farther away, You need to measure it just to make sure whether or not an enemy might have line of sight, or if you have line of sight, you can use that tool. I also do recommend the Army Painter lasers that you can use. I need to find mine. My little girls love playing with it, and they've hid it somewhere. But you can hit a little button on it, and it'll project a laser line on the board for you. So one other thing to show you here real quick on our mission page, this shows us what the mission is, what map tiles, what our objectives are, all that good stuff. But something to pay attention to is it will tell you what event deck you're using. So that has to do with what color deck you're going to use. There are multiple different decks in the game, so make sure you check that out. And down here at the bottom, this is your alarm level. So you can take your little token here, put it down, and it will tick down. This is easy, normal, or hard. So basically, how many of these spaces you give yourself. Now, this is not one round per, so this doesn't tick down every turn. This will tick down when you draw an event card that tells you to, or if you conduct some type of loud action. So like you take a shot with a pistol or a rifle, then that's going to tick down. So there's certain little things that will cause it. It's not going to be one per round. So the more of these that you give yourself, the longer you're going to have before the alarm goes off. You get to here. That means it automatically flips it over to the battle phase. I'm going to start on 7. We'll start easy, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm actually going to use this little clock doohickey to keep track of it because I don't need it for anything else right now. So I'm going to use that to kind of keep track of my alarm level. All right, so let's get kicking here. You can see from our stealth section, first thing is operator phase, and that's all your operators. Fortunately for us, we only got 1. So we get 4 actions with our 1 operator. Then it goes to access advanced phase. And you see how it's got that little exclamation point next to it? That means that it's the alert guys. So you can have, during the stealth section of the game, some of the bad guys could be alerted, right? Not all of them. All of them haven't ticked over yet, just some of them. Well, in that case, that's when they're going to do their stuff. They're going to move on you, try to shoot you, whatever. Then you draw your event phase card. It causes the patrols and whatnot. Access patrol phase, that's when they're going to move. Access attack phase, if there's any attacks to be made. And then our end phase, right? So it's a little different from the battle section. But I've got to my 4 actions, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Now, I can sprint for 2. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2. But you can hear it from a range of 1. So you can't sprint behind an enemy unit. They will hear you. And yeah, this guy starts facing that way. Oh, I'm going to have to wait for him to turn. I'm going to lose a whole turn here because nothing I can do as far as that douchebag. So if I can climb here, I don't know. I want to just sprint across, but I can't do that because he will see me and he will react, and this is a problem. Which means I have to wait till he rotates. And I was trying to decide if I'm going to kill him or not. But I'm thinking we're going to Tom Clancy this. We're going to try to do as stealthy as possible. No killing unless I absolutely have to. I want to kill them all. I want to, but we can't. So we'll do 1 sprint action. That's 2 of our action points. The rocks here are blocking his line of sight, so he can really only see to here. And yeah, I could climb up there, but that would take the rest of my action points, and there's really no point because he'll turn. And I can just sprint up along this direction and try to get into these houses. Again, I was trying to decide, do I go over here and around? But I think the safest path is going to be up and over. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so since there's nothing else I can do currently, and I'm thinking about it because I just realized we start with black. And he's white. So these guys, right? This is a SMG guy. The SMG over here, he's black. This guy's black. But this one's white, which means it's going to take another round before he's going to turn somewhere else. This could be a problem. Yeah, and that's, because I'm sitting there thinking I could go over there and try to get him, but there's just no way. He's facing this direction. I would have to get behind him. So I'm kind of stuck for a minute. All right, so nothing in the advanced phase. We're at the event phase, so we're going to take top card. We're going to flip it, keep our little token, which goes right there. tells us it's the black. So all the black sentries and any of the black patrol lines are going to start making little flippies. So let's set this to the side. This means they're going to turn right. Always just, orient it towards the unit if you need to make sure you're turning in the right direction. That means, actually, let's cut this down. This will include any sentries that match the color. So this one's white. He's not going to turn. And any patrol lines. So he's going to turn all the way around, and he's going to turn until he faces the line again. Your sentries will only turn however many arrows there are. Let's find a sentry. We'll pan over here. We've got a black sentry here. You see the highlighted arrow that tells us what direction he starts with, and he is ordered to turn to the right, okay? But you see, this is trees. There's no arrow up there, which means he wouldn't stop here. Normally he would if there was an arrow there. Instead, he will turn until he hits his next arrow, which means he's facing this direction, right? Don't have to worry about him. This guy is an SMG, so we don't have to turn him. Let's find the rest of our black ones over here that we have to turn. We have one here. He's turning right. So he's going to go this direction. This guy's turning right. He's going to go this direction. This guy's going to turn around. A lot of black guys over here. And up here, turning him right. He's going to go here. This is an SMG, so he's not going to turn, and those are all white. Okay, so that takes care of all of our rotations that we have to worry about. And you can just leave this card over to the side. Make sure you leave the counter there so you know what phase you're on. On the next turn, when you draw the next card, you will flip that over to keep track of it. And if we were in the battle phase, we would do this, right? Whatever's on the right side. We're still in stealth phase. You can see the little icon actually right there. Tells us stealth, so we're staying there. Now, we are going... After the event phase, we go to our Axis patrol phase. Now, the patrol phase is only going to apply to the units that are on dotted lines. All right, so again, let's pan down. We got one way over here. He has a movement, all of them are going to have a movement rating of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, he's going to get right up to here. And this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to stop there. And on these little patrol lines, you're only ever going to have one patroller. They do have 2 of these little starting arrows on them, but that just indicates that there are 2 places for you to start them, not that there are 2 units on that patrol line. And the one I was moving was right there. Didn't have the camera panned up. Let's see, we got another one over here. My spring's squeaking. I need to get it some oil. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 for his patrol line. Do I have anyone left? I do not believe so. I believe we have moved all of the Axis operators that we have to right now. Whoa. This has actually changed up a little bit from the first time I played this, which was the preview, because the patrol guys in the preview didn't rotate. They just stayed on their lines. They were a lot easier to predict. Now it's going to be a little bit harder. See, because if I remember right, maybe I missed this rule, maybe I didn't, but I don't remember this being in the preview, and I know I didn't play it this way. So I don't think it was in the preview copy. The patrol line guys rotating, and obviously they're only going to rotate when they're matching the color of the event card being drawn, but that changes things up so much, because previously you could easily predict exactly where that patroller is going to be, but now all of a sudden he could turn around on you and suddenly he's marching in the other direction. This is a problem. But anyway, we have done our event phase. We have done our patrol phase. There is no attack phase, so we will do the end phase. End phase is just cleanup, So any corpses that have been hidden would be pulled off. Your cigarette token, if you had that, that would be pulled off. All that type stuff is done during the end phase. None of that needs to be done here. So we can just roll into the next turn. God, I hate this. I'm wasting a whole turn, but I can't. This little dink is pointing right at me, and I can't get spotted now. Otherwise, it's going to be a running firefight the entire damn way, and I will get gunned down. There's no way I'll make it. Not against multiple. Just between me and him, I can count 8 of the German units. And I'm talking about just like in a straight line. If I ran straight for him, there's 8. And that's not including the others and reinforcements that come on. So I've just got to burn a turn. So this dipshit will rotate and I can run by and finally start making some progress. So that brings us to our next event phase, which is going to be this card here. And you can see our little token is on white side now. And looking at our units, they're going to rotate to the left. And again, this is going to apply to any of the patrollers on the lines and our sentries. So sentry finally turning. He's turning this direction. Yay. So now he can no longer see. He can see directly adjacent to him. Their line of sight is adjacent to him. So it's out in a 45 or a 90 degree in the front, but they do have peripheral vision, so they can see directly adjacent to them. That's why you can't just come up and knife them on the side. You have to come in from the back 3 hexes to be able to get, or squares to get them. All right, that's him. Let's see what else we got on board. We have this guy way down over here. He is rotating to the left, so he's going to turn this way. And we've got whites here at the top. So you see we have these guys here. This one will turn around. Only 2 arrows for him. This one will turn around this way. And this one will turn around this way. Pretty easy with the patrol line guys because they're really just going to face the other direction. So it's not too hard to figure out what direction they're facing. The sentries are the ones you really have to pay attention to. And now again, we have finished our event phase. We're going to the patrol phase. So while we got the camera up here, we'll go ahead and move these guys 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn there. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to go right there. And I think that's the only 2 white patrollers. We got one down here at the bottom. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And done. That takes care of all of our whites. I always wish they used different colors. I feel so racist when I'm playing the damn game. All right, we're going to move the black guys now. Now the white guys are going to go. I promise it's a game about Nazis, but it's not racist. I'm just giving you hell. It's just funny to me. All right. That takes care of that patrol phase. There's no attack phase because I still haven't been spotted. End phase, nothing left again to worry about for our end phase. So we can kick into the next turn. And just to show you guys very quickly, because I'm not having a whole lot of this occur just yet, when you are in your end phase, when it's stealth, you're going to do these steps, and then battle phase, you'll have these steps. But for example, in stealth section, if there are alert Axis units, spotted operators, or the Willie's Jeep, which is a specific token, it is actually this token. Oh, it looks so good. Doesn't it look so good? Look at that thing. Got guns on it and everything. Willie's Jeep on the board, advance the stealth meter 1 space. So if there are alert or spotted guys, you can still be in the stealth section of the game and have some Axis units and some operators that are spotted, right? But there is a chance that you might be able to get that back. So if there are spotted operators on the board, but no alert Axis units, so you take out those alert Axis units. You're lucky enough to take them out without alerting any others, and there are no alert Axis units left on the board, you can flip that back over and basically go back into full stealth mode. That's also when you'll remove your corpse tokens from buildings or forest squares, remove bomb and fuel tokens from blast templates, remove operators' target markers. Those are the marks that I was talking about earlier from units that you're trying to attack. Remove cigarette from play. And something to keep in mind is that the stealth meter will only advance a maximum of 1 space in the end phase. So if you've got multiple things that would cause it to move, it's not cumulative. It's just a one-off. All right. Now we can get some damn movement going. I can get somewhere. All right, so let's count this out. Let's see where we're going, because next turn's going to be black, which means there's a good chance he's going to rotate and come back. So if I get all the way up here, I either need to be by this square or I need to be crouched here, because that box will cover me, but only if I'm crouched. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's what I was damn talking about. I knew I was going to get there, but not have the movement points to crouch. See, it takes 1. That is problematic. If I could get there with 1 movement point left, I could crouch him. That way he's farther along, because I'm pretty sure it's not positive. And that's what I love about this game. It's so freaking awesome. There's a chance, but it's not guaranteed, that he's going to turn around and he's going to march back this way. So I know a good chance he's going to be facing this direction, but there's a chance he wouldn't be, which means I could risk it and try to run and get that extra distance and save myself some time. But if he turns around, I'm cooked, which means he will spot me and he will shout out a warning, which I believe is 4 squares. So let's say he's here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just out of range of alerting these others. But if he starts firing or I start firing, they will get alerted, because the shooting range for the pistol is 6. So let's say I was there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Shooting will automatically alert these guys. So I know that if he turns and comes back this direction, I am guaranteed to get spotted, and that all these guys get alerted. This is going to be a problem. And then they're going to start moving up, and then they're going to want to put bullets in me, and that's just going to wreck my day. So I think it's better to play it safe. We'll do a sprint. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 of my movement points. And I could move forward 1 and crouch. But if I crouch, I lose the ability to sprint. It makes me harder to spot, but I lose the ability to sprint. Let's see. Is pop-up a free action? It is. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to move forward 1, and we're going to flip to crouch. So this makes it to where I'm a little more stealthy. That way, I'm not wasting a movement point, an action token or action point. If he's coming around or does whatever, and I have to get there and crouch, I can still do it. But if not, if I want to sprint, I can pop up for a free and then sprint, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I could get behind here, but that's all going to depend on where, I'm counting it all out. That's all going to depend on where these guys are, because we're going to have to worry about him. And if he's back around over here, he's not going to be a problem. But if he keeps going, that is going to be a problem. And this guy is going to probably go in that direction. So really, the white one's going to be my biggest issue. Him, I'm probably going to try to knife. We're going to try to knife him when I get up close, because I can get in these woods, crouch down, they won't be able to see me, and then stab. Love to stabby. Stab. I'm going to have to get one of my little daggers out for the next video in this series, because I love that. Stab. Stabbing Germans. Just so much fun. American pastime. All right, but yeah, we'll stop there. I'm safe. I'm in a good spot. Let's go ahead and do another event card, and we'll probably call it at the end of this turn. We'll pick up on our next video. So we are on black people now. Black people time. And they're going left. Left, yep. See, I was safe, because now he's going to turn around. He's going to come back. And this would have been a problem. Let's go ahead and look at these while we're up here. All right, so this black one's going to rotate. He's going to rotate there. He's going to rotate back this way. He's going to rotate. And that takes care of all that. This guy's, I mean, he's in a decent spot, but really with the building there and the rocks down here and a hedge here, yeah, you can see over the hedge, but crouching blocks that line of sight. So he's not a wait. No. I think hedges are tall. I'll have to check that, double check that. I know this is a low wall. I think hedges are high enough though that it'll block line of sight. Regardless, he's not in a good position, so he's not someone I have to worry too much about. And I don't think these guys will be too much of a problem. He's facing this way, so I don't really have to worry about him. Like I said, the white guy up there, if I can knife him, I can pretty much scoot the whole way across and go get Patty. All right, but that takes care of all the ones at the top. Ones here will turn. He's not a sentry. He will turn back to the left, so he's back where he started. And I believe that is it. Yes, perfect. All right. And don't worry, if you miss one, you miss one. I mean, there's so many Germans across the board, you might occasionally miss one. But I would suggest doing it kind of like I'm doing it, like top to the bottom, left to right, however you want to do it. That way you can ensure that you're kind of hitting them all and not missing one of these old patrol guys. But yeah, if you miss one, it's not the end of the world. Let's see. Event phase done. Patrol phase. Time to move, suckers. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's right. Walk away. Walk away. And this was, yes, a very good move. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Whoa. That would have been close. Glad I'm tucked behind the trees. If I had been standing there, we'd be shooting right now, and that'd be a problem. But, oh, shit. Damn, this is going to hold me back a whole other turn now, because I'm going to have to wait through the white movement and then the black movement again to get him to turn around and go away. This is so reminded me of that damn Commandos game where you got your guy sitting in a hidden spot and you're like, oh my God, just move, you damn sentry, you're in the way. All right, but he's moved, and the only other one we have to move is this guy. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he's back to there, which was this guy, because I got to make sure I'm panning the camera when I'm moving the German units, you dunce. All right, but here's where we're at so far. We've got Jacques up to here. His goal is to run to the top, get the little white guy there at the very top, stab, tuck him into the trees to get rid of him, and then I can just run along the back there, and I should be able to avoid all of these patrols here, dipping through that back window, and once I'm in that room, that's it. We're done. So I really should be able to get away with this. Technically, I could probably do it without killing the white guy, but killing him is so much safer, and he's going to be along these trees. I can be crouched in those trees and knife his ass. I can mark him and knife him as he walks by. There's so much good that can be done there that it's so worth just stabbing. Plus, I want to kill someone. I want to use the little dice tray. God, I love this little thing. I know it's just, a little cardboard dice tray, but it looks so damn good, and it's thematic with the game. All right, we'll pick up with the second part. I should be able to finish off this first scenario and rescue Patty. And now I might scroll forward and do one more scenario so you guys can see more operators in action and how the game really starts to come together. All right, but that's going to be it for me. You guys stay tuned. I will be back with a part 2. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.